Wonder Woman 773. That's right, folks. This incredibly fun book continues and goes into a lot of interesting ways. We kind of are wrapping up this story with the Asgard, the Valhalla, the Yggdrasil stuff, which I get it. We told our story with that. We got other pantheons to explore. We might be going back to a specific one later on in the story, but it's kind of fun. This book continues to impress me, the artwork is incredible. Travis Moore knocks out of the park. Bonvillain's colors are fantastic. Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad, they're writing a really fun fantasy story, which is exactly what Wonder Woman needs, and it just looks really impressive. Every part of this book hits on so many levels. So, because this is kind of wrapping up the story with the Norse mythology, we do get a lot of conclusion to certain arcs. We ended the last issue. Odin was kind of leading Diana to the Valkyrie fortress, and we open up this book seeing Diana standing at the gates to the fortress trying to get in. She's like, "Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen by opening this door, Ratatusk? Everything will be fine." So she tries to break in because it's not really opening the way she wants to, and she manages to get in lifting up the gate and kind of slams down trying to crush her. And we see that inside are only 3 Valkyrie left. And basically the idea comes into play that after years of watching man's world destroy itself, the Valkyries are like, forget it. How much more blood needs to be spilled? I don't care anymore. We're done here. Let's move on. So we're going to move on. And I love it. It's really funny because they kind of do a really interesting comparison in this book, showing that the Valkyries are kind of like the Amazons, where it's would the Amazons have become these warriors if not for the way man treated them? If men didn't make them warriors, well, that's what the Amazons have become. And it's yeah, okay, makes sense. You compare the Valkyries to the Amazons. I can believe that completely. I like it. And so these Valkyries here, they're we're the last ones. We kind of stayed because, responsibility and stuff, but what's the point? This endless war will never end, so why should we stay here and give them the souls? We should just let this all end. Which I can't argue. If you're tired of this, leave. Go ahead. It's not going to stop anyone. But somebody might come to stop them because Thor and his mighty merry men of Asgard and Valhalla have followed them here. And he's like, we followed you, Wonder Woman. We're here to take our souls back so we can fight forever. And I love this version of Thor because he's an asshole. As Thor would be if he didn't get his lesson in love, Thor's just a dick. So the Valkyries start to fight Thor and his merry men, and it looks really good. The artwork is so impressive in this book. It all just looks incredibly fun and detailed. I say it a lot when it comes to modern DC comics, but they really know how to play with the color pink, purple, and orange right now. They're using that all over the place in so many different books, and it just sparkles and shines so well. It just looks incredible. So we get another scene. It was earlier on in the book, but the Valkyries kind of tied Wonder Woman up with this enchanted lasso. And again, it's a Wonder Woman comic. If you don't make a reference in any of your arcs to the bondage that came from the character's origin, you're doing it wrong. So yeah, have her tied up. She breaks free, basically breaking free. She understands the truth and she remembers everything through this act. So right when Thor's about to smash his mighty hammer on top of one of the Valkyries, we see that Diana pushes him away, kind of kicks him down and starts beating him up. But Thor's like, you hit pretty good for a girl. And then he's like, I'm going to take you down, lady. You really can't beat me. And instantly, without question, Diana kicks his ass, beats him up with his hammer, and then crushes the hammer in her hands. And damn, is that cool. And now that Thor's lost his cock, how is he going to be able to fight any of these people? You just took his dick away, babe. And it was really dope. So he's defeated. He's like, I can't win this. And of course, because we saw in one of the earlier issues that the person who was manipulating all the events was Psycho, Dr. Psycho, and because he made these weapons for these Asgardians, he infected them with these negative traits that gave them these powers, and he was kind of just manipulating all the Asgardians into overreacting to every situation. So we see that Psycho learns of these things, and he knocks out Diana, and he's like, you know what? I tried to do this my way, Diana. I was going to let you do your thing, figure everything out for yourself to stay out of my way. Okay, I came here to get away from all the bullshit of Earth, and you ruined that for me too. Why do you have to be this, Diana? Why do you have to do this? So he tries to mind manipulate her, but Diana's like, oh, don't even try with me, dude. Punches him in the face, headbutts him, knocks him out cold, and then Dead Man shows up again. He's like, wow, he really did a number on this place, didn't he? Well, thanks for helping, Diana. I'm going to take him back to, our world, and we'll lock him up. So, see you later. She's like, am I going to see you again? And Boston's like, well, maybe, probably, definitely, could, or no. I don't know. We'll see what happens there, lady. So, Diana wakes back up again, and just in that moment, we're like, okay, the plot's resolved with Psycho. He's off doing his thing, the stuff with Deadman. That's kind of resolved. That's off in a whole other place there. And when Diana wakes up, she's at a table with the Valkyries and Thor, and they're negotiating what to do with all the lost souls. And they're coming to terms with everything, but Ratatusk speaks up, and he's like, what about Yggdrasil? I live on Yggdrasil, and it needs, power and stuff. Maybe we should do something about that. And as everyone starts to, break out into argument again, Thor and the Valkyries, it's Diana who's like, no, the blood. The blood of the fallen on the battlefield, that's what feeds Yggdrasil, and when we take away the souls, it dies. And Ratatusk's like, yeah, that makes sense. So if we bring the souls back, it'll be fine. I promise you guys, one day Ragnarok will come for all of us, but until then, we must let Yggdrasil live. So it's an agreement. The souls will come back, peace on earth and all that stuff. Valhalla is restored to its normal glory. Everyone's having a good time. Thor's drinking again. Diana's drinking again. We cut back to a party. Everyone's just having fun. Just, we see Thor and a Valkyrie are dancing. Odin and a Valkyrie are sitting down about to kiss. Good old Viking orgies. Just classic stuff. But of course, Diana is longing for her hunky man with the long hair. But where is he? Oh, he's here. Siegfried is back, looking sexier than ever. These two are just so sexy together. And Diana's like, I'm just going to kiss him. So they kiss. They cut to the morning. Diana leaves him in bed because it's time for her to leave. This was her last night as an Asgardian, but it's time to get back to her own pantheon. So we realize that Ratatusk is going to come with her, which, yeah, fun little guy. And we see Siegfried shows up to, the way for her to leave. It's this, exit through the trees and stuff. And he's like, I could come with you. I can spend a long time being your traveling companion. And part of me is like, yeah, bring him in. He's just a really sexy modern Steve Trevor. Just bring him in. You like your old souls, Diana. You should take him with you. But she's like, no, you can't come with me. Your place is here. I'm sure we'll meet each other again. So Siegfried gives her his sword. It's a way to remember her by. And they head off into the exit. And, she gets on top of a big eagle, flies away. We leave Siegfried sitting down there just watching her take off. And we're on to our next adventure. And what is that adventure going to be? Well, we're probably going to head to Olympus. But when we get to Olympus, we stop because the entire place is on fire. And you're like, whoa, that ain't good. Somebody destroyed the Greek pantheon. We just spent 4 issues inside the stuff going on with Norse mythology, and now Greek mythology has been burned to the ground, and that's where this issue of Wonder Woman ends. I just really enjoy this book. I'm a fan of the Nordic mythology, so playing with that stuff was really cool, and just having Diana at the center of that was really fun. It wraps up pretty solidly, I gotta say, and just the artwork and the writing, it's great fantasy stuff that I adore and admire, and I'm such a big fan of everything this book did. So I don't have any complaints. I just like this. It's solid stuff. It's a good read, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this Wonder Woman book. It's a great place to jump on if you want to get to know the character. It's a really fun time. Check it out. It's a really solid one. So, Wonder Woman issue 773, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.